Imagine waking up from a coma. You open your eyes. You see the sun. You feel the air. You think, I am finally conscious. But then, you blink. And you wake up again, and again, and again, every 7 seconds. This is not a movie. This is the life of Clive Wearing, a man with the worst case of amnesia ever recorded. He doesn't live in the past. He doesn't live in the future. He is trapped in a permanent now, a prison cell that is only 7 seconds wide. Today, we open the file on the man who has died and woken up millions of times without ever closing his eyes. And this isn't just a story. It's a terrifying warning of how fragile our memory really is. Before 1985, Clive Wearing was a brilliant mind. He was a renowned British musicologist, a conductor, a master of Renaissance music. He worked for the BBC. He was in love with his new wife, Deborah. Clive had a memory like an encyclopedia. He could recite complex musical scores entirely from memory, entire symphonies, every note, every detail. But the human brain is fragile. All it took was a headache. On March 29, 1985, Clive came home complaining of a fever. He said his brain felt on fire. Doctors initially believed it was the flu, but the virus inside him was not the flu. It was a silent killer that 70% of us carry right now. You may be carrying it without ever knowing. Herpes simplex, virus 1, HSV-1. The same virus that causes cold sores on your lips. In most people, it is harmless, annoying, but harmless. But in extremely rare cases, the virus travels along the nerves, upward, into the brain. There, it causes herpes encephalitis, severe, uncontrolled, inflammation. In Clive's case, the virus did not spread randomly. It launched a targeted attack. It destroyed the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for forming new memories. Think of the hippocampus as the save button on your computer. Clive's save button was deleted, but the virus did not stop there. It damaged the frontal lobes, emotion, judgment, and parts of the temporal lobes. When Clive finally woke up from the fever, his past was gone, and his future was impossible. Clive suffers from both retrograde amnesia and anterograde amnesia. He has forgotten his past, and he cannot form new memories. But these medical terms do not capture the horror. Clive describes his life as death. He believes he has just awakened from a coma, every single minute. If you walk out of the room and return 2 minutes later, he will greet you with tears of joy, believing he has not seen you in 20 years. He will do this again and again, 20 times a day. Clive began keeping a diary to prove he was alive, but it became a book of madness. He would write, 11 a.m., I am awake. Minutes later, he would read it. He would not remember writing it. He would think, someone else wrote this while I was unconscious. Now I am truly awake. So he crosses it out. 11:05 a.m., awake for the first time. Page after page, year after year, a desperate man trying to capture a moment that instantly slips away, like sand. But amidst this tragedy, there are 2 miracles, 2 things the virus could not kill. The first is music. If you sit Clive at a piano, something extraordinary happens. His hands move perfectly, complex pieces, every note in place. How? Because procedural memory, muscle memory, is stored in the cerebellum and basal ganglia, not only in the hippocampus. Clive does not know he can play. He does not remember learning to play. But the moment his fingers touch the keys, the music flows. It is his only escape from the void. And the second miracle is Deborah. She is the only person he recognizes. He does not know the year. He does not know their anniversary. But he knows her. Every time he sees Deborah, it is literally the first time. He falls in love with her, again and again, dozens of times a day. Clive Wearing is now in his 80s. He has lived inside a 7-second loop for more than 40 years. His story forces us to ask a terrifying question: who are we without our memories? Are we simply biological machines reacting to the present moment? Or is there something that survives, even when the mind is broken? For Clive, the past is dead. The future does not exist. There is only the music. There is only Deborah. And there is only now. The next time you complain about a bad memory, remember the man who would give anything to have one. I'm Elena, and these are the medical files. What would you do if you woke up today and it was 1985? If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to the channel and click the bell to never miss a true medical file. Stay curious and stay safe.